Okay, so we are live. So, a very good evening here from the UK. So, for all those who are following my page or even Caroline's page, just an introduction about myself because every day we get new people watching in our pages. So, my name is Dr. Susie Jacob, and a bit about myself. I am a GP by background here in the UK. I live with my husband, who's a chef by background, and my teenage daughter. And I'm also a very proud digital business owner. I've been doing the business for about a couple of years now. I'm a business mentor as well as a coach, and I can tell you this has been the best decision ever. When I started the business, I was doing up to 5 to 6 days a week of work. And thanks to the business, my husband's been able to quit his job and I've been able to cut down to 3.5 days a week, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the best thing that we've ever experienced, because now we are more present parents and it's been an amazing journey for us. So without further ado, I'd like to invite my guest for tonight. Her name's Caroline. Hi, Caroline.
Hi, Dr. Susie. How are you? Thanks for having me. I'm
That's
just trying to
absolutely.
see if
Thank
I
you
can
for
share
coming
this on
in.
my page.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. I know you today was a busy day at church for you, and you still, you said you'll still come on. So I'm forever grateful. Thank you so much for coming in today. So,
You're
just for the
welcome.
benefit of our audience, Caroline, if you can just introduce yourself, a bit about yourself, and of course, we're talking about the business. Why you thought of joining the business.
Okay. Hello guys. I hope you are seated very comfortably, right? So it's going to be an exciting and insightful evening. Okay. All right. So my name is Caroline Oji Kalu. I'm originally from Nigeria in Africa. I am here in London with my family. So I am a wife, I am a mom, right? I am a sister, I am an auntie. I'm a business owner and I am a coach also, just like Dr. Susie. We are both coaches in this business. Background wise, woof, I've got lots of backgrounds, like literally. I've got accounting background, I've got administrative background, I've got background in healthcare, right? Which is what I'm doing currently. So we are both in health sector now, healthcare sector. So yeah, the reason why I joined these business platforms to start my business is just like Dr. Susie. She was doing 5 jobs, but mine was just 3 jobs, right? I could not believe, you know, 3 jobs, right? Yeah, I was doing 3 jobs. I was on my permanent role, and I do bank shifts as well, and I do agency job too over the weekend. Life in the UK is never not only UK, life abroad. All we do here is work, work, work. We don't have time, and because of that, there is a lot of bills to be paid. There's a lot of things to be done. Things the bills will never stop coming, and there are a lot of things to take care of. And for me, I joined my husband just few years after our marriage, after our wedding. So I came here in the UK to join him. Barely few years into our marriage, he has health condition, and that made me to left me to be the sole breadwinner of the family, even as I speak to you to date, right? But because of that, I had to triple up, my hustle. I had to. That's the reason why I was in that 3 jobs, because since here in abroad or here in the UK, when husband and wife is working, it's not even enough, to pay bills. Not to talk of when it's one person. It's not easy. So despite how I work, despite all the 3 jobs, everything, it wasn't enough, right? We can barely get by. I remember there was a time, oh my God, then I don't forget this story. I needed just £150 to complete my bills for that month. I didn't have that £150. And here, you cannot tell anybody, no, I don't have money. Is it? No, you have to pay. If your house rent is due, guys, you have to pay. Your bill, you have to pay. Your council tax. In fact, 7 days, you don't pay your council tax. The council will send you a letter. Before you know it, you'll be taken to court. So no one jokes around here. Then £150. Now I call it common. But then, oof, that £140 was like 15,000 now. Do you get it? But that was how bad it was then. £150. I was looking for who to give me £150. I could not get in. I called few people. Oh no, I don't have it. Even someone so dear, I was thinking so dear to me, I said, oh, let me discuss with my husband. I was like, what? I said, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, if it were to be my husband, right, when he was up and doing, I had his bank card. I remember him being at work. Some people will call me, oh, I need help with this one. Can you let me? I'll call him. He say, yeah, you have the card. Just withdraw and give them. Right. But it got to my situation. No single person was there to help me. Right. But I thank God for one or two people too that God used then, But that was what got me thinking. I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, oh my God, how long will I continue to be this way? Right. And the funniest part of faith is that I used to see people talk about online business. In fact, I will skip. When I see them on Facebook, I'll literally type 419 people, get the hell out of here. In Nigeria, where we come from, we call scam. We don't call it scam, we call it 419. That's what we call, that's the name we give to scammers. So I 100% felt that this business was scam. Right. So I never looked at it. I never considered it to be anything. When Philip said in the Bible, ask Jesus, ask his brother, can anything good comes from Nazareth, right? That was how I felt about this business. I was like, this is nothing, it's not real. It is not real. So people should stop deceiving us, right? But it got to that point where, thank God, God is a God of second chances, right? I always say to anybody, if you see this business before and it comes back to your way, right? That is God telling you this is it. Okay, God is a God of second chances. So I thank God for my friend. We went to the same school together back home in Nigeria. So she started this business, right? She told me about it because she got to understand the situation in my home, because then, guys, I wasn't even talking to anybody. My siblings, I hardly give them nothing. I don't even give them anything. I remember them, they'll call me, they'll say, oh, people are mocking, laughing at them, telling them, oh, their sister is abroad and they are living like this. In fact, someone had to message me and say to me that she's so disappointed in me. How can I be abroad and my siblings are suffering? The person don't even know what I'm going through, right? That I'm barely surviving. I never told anybody my husband's health condition. I was bearing the whole burden, the whole cross on my head, right? So when I read that person's message, I cried. I said, if only you knew. Right. It was at that point I had to open up and say to my siblings, hey guys, I am not neglecting you, right? This is what is happening now. They started feeling pity for me. But I would not like to dwell in self-pity or for people to pity me. I had to do something for myself, right? So I said, okay, do you know what? All these people cannot just be lying, right? Now, this my friend that I know, she too cannot be lying too. It's high time I check out this business. Who knows? That might be my saving grace, right? That might be the answer to my prayers because most times what we do is we pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. We will be praying, even God will be bringing solution, bringing opportunities our ways, right? But because it doesn't look like it, right? When Prophet Elisha told Naaman to dip himself in the pool, in that river, right? For him, he's looking at this dirty water. There are better rivers in my country. Why did you not send me there? But it's not about your country. It's about where your miracle will come from. Some things might not look like it. See, if you're walking, if you're going on the street or walking on the road, you might walk past a gold, but you might not recognize that that is a gold, right? But when the goldsmith sees that gold and picks it up and put it under the fire, refines it, you are going to buy it expensive jewelry. It turns to an expensive jewelry, right? So some things does not look great, like the way you perceive it, the way you assume, the way you feel, the way you think it will be. That was my case. I never look at this business as a way out. It's not it for me, right? But then I said, okay, do you know what? Let me check out this business. It might be, who knows? Okay, I watched the webinar. I didn't even watch the live one. It was the one on the website for my friend. I watched it. I saw, hey, what business this is. What an amazing business. I'm thinking, guys, is this real? Like literally, is this what I've been missing? I remember calling her. I said, girl, wait, come. Is this real? For real? Like seriously, is this real? She said to me, it is real, 100% real. I said, wow, okay, what next? Just tell me what to do. She said, have you watched the webinar? I said, I have finished it. She said, I said, what next? She said, okay, just pay your 149 right there and then. I paid my 149 because when you see something, when you see a gold mine, you got to grab it because you might waste time and it slips out of your hand. Because most times, opportunity once lost is never regained. But because God is still a God of second chances, He always gives us that second chance, right? So that was what happened. That was how I grabbed this opportunity. And here I am today, 3 years down the line. We are doing it. And now is when I understand what God has done for me. And just 6 months into the business, I quit 2 jobs. The bank
Wow.
one and the agency one, I quit them in just 6 months of running the business. Have you seen what the Lord has done? So if I didn't take this opportunity, perhaps by now I would have been doing 5 jobs. I would have added extra two on top of the three that I was doing. So that is why, that is the reason. That was the reason. That is why I am here and I'm still here and I'm still going to be here.
Wow, wow. Your energy and your story. Oh, it's quite infectious. I have to say, it's quite infectious. And that's it, sis. People don't realize, when people look at me, oh, you're a GP. And my husband, he was like, before he retired, quit his job, he was a private chef. So we both were earning part, almost the same because he was in a very
Mm,
high profile job with high flying clients, and I was a general practitioner. But the thing is,
yeah.
when
GP
you
is like
earn
you guys are making money in the UK. So anyone will be thinking, why would a
yeah, that's what
GP
people think.
want to
But
do
what
this
people
business,
don't, yeah, like when you had 3 jobs, and like me and my husband, problem is you work so many hours, and
Mm,
they charge you like 40-45% tax. So you're not
yes,
bringing back a lot of money. That's number one. You work so hard and you're not actually bringing in a lot of money, and
at
then
all.
you're actually spending your time away from your family, away from your daughter. So there was a time when I come into the house, my husband goes, I go and my husband come in. It was all that sort of scenario, and then you don't have any, and then you have to beg with all the managers, can I have annual leave? No, this so and so person is going this time, you had it that time, all this nonsense and fuss, and all you want is some work life balance. you
Yes,
know and you get fed up of the whole system, isn't it, at the end of the day?
it is.
And for me,
Yeah,
COVID was, I think that was it for me. COVID
yeah.
was it. My husband was supposed to move into a new job, and that time lockdown happened. So what, I was the
Mm,
only one earning. My husband
mm,
was not entitled to furlough because he didn't enter his new job. So only one person earning, who has to see
mm.
patients face to face. And you're then worried, you're bringing it. There was a
Yeah.
time when if you remember, a lot of black men and Asian men were dying.
Yes.
So imagine
Yes.
me. My God, what if I bring it home and I give it to my husband? Or what if I get long COVID? All this worry. And I'm like, and I'm working 5-6 days a week. And I'm like, because then,
Mm,
I have to pay the mortgage. Who will pay the mortgage? And like what you say, if you don't pay the mortgage, the bank will be after you. And then your credit score goes down and no one gives you a loan. It's
no.
one thing after the other, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you have to work, and whether you feel like you're going to die also, you'll have to work
You
because
have
you
to
have to,
work. Yeah.
until you die, you have to pay your bills. And I was like, I'm fed up of the whole system, and I was like then looking for a way out of all this. And I tried a few things. I tried property, I tried crypto and things, and I did earn a bit of money and things like that, but it was still
Mm,
not enough for me to actually bring my hours down or my husband to quit his job. And then I saw this opportunity 2 years ago, and I was like, what, people are earning 2 times what I'm earning as a GP? What? And I'm like, is this real? Like exactly like you. I'm like, is this real? Is this even true? Is this even possible? And I'm like, okay. And like what you said, it's 149. If you get a parking ticket, sometimes, and if you don't pay within the first 14 days,
yeah.
you end up paying that. Forget it. If you go to London and I went for in central London. If you go for a meal, I went with my friend for a meal, me, my husband, and my friend, and we paid, about that much money
Of
to
course.
actually have a meal in central London. you know.
So
And
you pay,
so
sometimes you pay more than that. I've been to central London, yeah, for a meal at the restaurant that we went for. It's just a meal, like without drink and everything, just the meal, like literally 150 pounds, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So by the time you
you know,
add the drinks and add every other thing,
yeah,
like we literally spent over 300
yeah,
pounds just a meal, just in one go. So
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was, what is $149 is nothing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So if you add a few, like we had one drink each, and then we didn't go for the second one because that by that time itself it's like 150 pounds, isn't it? So you're like, okay, fine,
Yeah.
whatever kind of thing, and that's what you pay if you go to Central London to have a meal. So, and this is a life changing opportunity for
Opportunity.
less than that. For less than that, it doesn't. It's
Mhm.
149 US dollars, so it comes up to 130 pounds or even less, something like that with the
Yeah.
conversion. So, and that was, I was like, if I paid more for a parking fine. So I was like, let me actually look into this. And of course, we have our 30-day, money back
Yeah.
guarantee. And I was like, okay, fine. So let me look into it. And the person I went into was a nurse. And I was like, surely, they are, it's a reputable job, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And she was making lots of money. I was like, obviously, it's like me. I wouldn't want to, as a doctor, do anything scammy or anything dodgy or anything like that because
Of
it could
course.
affect my license to work. So, and it's
Mm-hmm.
similar for nurses also. I was like, okay. So I had a bit of trust, and I joined in and I saw, and I was like, because I had done property, and I was like, oh my god,
Mm.
oh my god. I was like, you learn all this for this one? Because I remember doing Facebook ads for my property business and paying 3,500 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and we learn 6 platforms, all included in the
All
149.
in
I was
good.
like, and I'm like, what, mind blowing, mind blowing. If people knew what we were, what we were actually doing, isn't it? And the amount that you pay in, as part of the business, and what you get out of it, even our automated system to just
Mm-hmm.
run the campaigns, to have the sales funnel, the website and all, and maintaining all that takes about 21,000, 22,000 pounds a year. And it
Yeah, of
doesn't,
course. Yeah.
and it doesn't even cost a third of that. You don't even need a
No.
third of that to actually start the
Mm-mm.
business. You don't need a third of that
Yeah.
to even start the business.
Even
And
let's say, let's in the UK here, in UK here, even McDonald's, right? The most what do you call it, the most franchise business here in the UK is McDonald's, right? Uh-huh.
yeah,
I know what it costs people to get McDonald's franchise. And this one, you're getting the franchise and you're still gonna name it McDonald's. Right. But this is a business that it would even cost you half of what it will cost you to have McDonald's. And this is something like, even when you have McDonald's, you are at a particular position, particular location. People come to a particular location, right, to see you. Until people comes there, you're not going to make any sale. Right. But this is a business in your own name, right? And the automated system, just like Dr. Susie said, helps you, right, to showcase your business globally. So you're not location barrier, you're not location limited, right? Like literally our automated system, that is why I so much love this business. The automated system is what does the business for you, right? A normal business is where you go to your shop, you see it, people come to you, right? Or there are people too that sells products that you go to people to sell them the product, to market your product, right? No way. Here, automated system takes your business globally to people that needs it and give it to them. Right? They will now come to you. Have you Isn't that amazing? So instead of you chasing people to, oh, customer, I remember back then in Nigeria, right? If you go to the market, you see people chasing, oh, customer, come and see my shop, come and see, oh, come and see this LG, oh, do you need shop? Oh, is it Tokumbo? Which one do you need? That's how we chase people to buy things from us, right? But in this business, you do no chasing. You'll be on your own. People come to you because it is the automated system in place at work for you, showcasing your business, taking your business to the whole world, to people that need it, and they come to you hassle free without you chasing anybody. And the system too does everything, does the selling for you, does guys, this is amazing. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I hopped in, because I was thinking, okay, online business, what am I selling? Right, what am I going to be selling? Because I remember the first time I came to UK, the first job I did, guys, I was selling door to door. I remember getting lost. That was in January. I came to the UK in that December, and January I was so fast. I got my first job, right, and it's a sales marketing job, right. I did my training. I was following these people, guys. They sent us. We used to have map. We use map to go and sell. We knock at people's door. We press their bell. Some people, when you press the bell, they open it. They bang the door in your head. So almost back, even in cold. January is cold, winter. It was
Mhm.
freezing. I was
Yeah.
shaking. In fact, I
Yeah.
was literally praying for someone to open their door so that it just said to me, "Oh, what is that?" So I used the opportunity to go in and take, warm myself up while trying to sell. But as you press the bell, they bang the door, boom, on your head, on your face. It was terrible. So I had that experience before. In fact, at a point, I lost my way. I didn't know where I was because I was just new in the UK. I know nowhere. I got lost. By the time I came back home was 2 a.m. In fact, my husband was at the train station waiting for me. The man was having his hand in his head, like, what will I tell people? Where did you go to? And the worst part was that my phone was dead. My battery was dead. I could not make any call. I could not contact anybody. That was the end of that job that day. That business, that was it. I said to myself, Caroline, that's it. So when I saw this business, I was thinking selling again. I said, no, 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 no. It's not me. Right. But when I now realized that, okay, this is a different ball game, right? This is a different business. Like things will be done for me. No hassle. That means I can be doing my job, right? And the business is running for me. Okay, I said, okay, bring it on. This is what I'm looking for. And that is it. Up to today. I never come knocking at anybody's door. I never do any demo telling you why to buy products. I never come calling you to say, hey, my friend, hey, I have a product I'm selling, come and buy you. No way. I never does that. I have never done it, and I will never do it, because this is not what this business is about. I've got a system that is doing my business for me. The system, all I just do is press the remote. That is how this business works. Just like when you have an electric car, right? You've got the remote. So you're the one pressing, right? You're just pressing it, wherever you want it. Your remote control, just like you have your television. You choose the channel, you press it, your channel will open up, you watch your TV, you press another one. That is what we do. Second, you just press the button and things roll for us, guys. This is what you need. You don't need stress. You don't need double job. You don't need 5 jobs like me and Dr. Susie. You need this business.
Yeah. But the beauty is, like, when we started the business, obviously we were still doing the jobs. But when people come and tell, oh, I have a very busy job,
Schedule.
and then first thing I tell them is, when I started the business, I was working six days as a general practitioner full time.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can do it, love, you can do it. It's just prioritizing your life, cutting out on those Netflix binging, because you've stressed from working 10, 12 hours. Then you're
Mm.
angry with the world, you're angry with your husband, you're angry with your daughter, everyone in the world you're angry with, and then you come and binge on nonsense. So what I did was, I had a mindset change. I was like, I want to change my life, but I can't cut down because I haven't seen the results yet. And
Mm.
then I was like, but instead of watching those things, I started watching the webinars, watching,
Mm.
working on the business. And I just worked. I didn't have the luxury of working 12 hours a day on the business. I did
Mm.
pockets of time, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes while I was having lunch, or 15 minutes before going into work. And that's what I
Mm.
did. And that's why, and because of that, my husband has quit his job, and I've cut down to 3.5, and I'm cutting down further, going to cut down further in the future. And that's the beauty. And we could all afford it because of that. No more
Yeah.
like before going on holiday, get that credit card, then come back and pay off that credit card. No more headaches. And travel
Awesome.
is a business write off.
Mm. Mm.
Travel
That
is
is
a
it.
business write off,
Right
because of
off.
course, because we are going to do the business, we are going to take some videos, even if it was our
Mhm.
parents, we visiting our parents, that will all be a
Mhm.
tax write off,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Awesome. It is.
It is absolutely amazing. And the only regret, Caroline, I have, why I didn't start this before.
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, that was my biggest. I'm like, every day I'm like, why didn't I start this before? Why? And I think, why people didn't teach us in school these things. People only taught us, go to school, study well, do
Yeah.
something professional, then get the job, get married, and your life is sorted. Nothing is sorted.
No way. Mm-mm.
Nothing gets sorted. You have to start a business, and you have to be your own boss, and that's when your
Mm.
life gets sorted.
Of course.
The other thing, Caroline, you have been through so much, like your ill health, your husband's ill health. There'll be these aspiring business owners, and they're like, I have lots of things going on in my life right now. So
Mm.
what advice would you give them, like, about how to help them to actually get more focused on starting this and changing their life? From your experience, what would you give them as an advice?
Okay. Anyone that has come across me, or anyone that knows me, or if you're my friend, or if you're my business partner, or if you're in my team, you will understand that for me, excuse, there is no excuse, right? Excuse is never found in my diary, right? And also, one thing I'll tell you is this: there is no success journey that doesn't have a hoodlum, that doesn't have a bump on the way, right? And there is one thing that is so clear through me that I understand, right, in life is this: when you are on a journey that will lead you to your breakthrough, right? Devil would always strike. Devil doesn't want that to happen. You can imagine, do you know, don't mind me, I always put Bible first in my conversation because I'm a Christian, right? If you check in the journey of Jesus Christ, right? Throughout the journey of salvation, right? Did you see all the obstacles that he has to face? All the things that should have pulled him back, all the things that he should have considered and say, do you know what? To hell with mankind. Look at these people. I'm trying to save them, but I'm having all these difficulties. No way, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, but because his eyes is on the future, his eyes is on the prize, right? That is why he kept pushing until he gave us redemption, right? So I understood that fact very, very well. So that has helped me and keep helping me to navigate whatever. Yes, I most times when you're starting something new, right? A lot of challenges will just pop out as if they send them, as if someone was just somewhere and just say, hey, is she going? Pium, there'll be arrow, there'll be firing. Do you understand? All those things are to scare you away from your glory. They are to scare you away, to make you to divert your attention to your goal. But if you have a strong why, if you have a strong reason, and if you understand the assignment, if you understand the season, you will know that it is not right. It is not that quitting is a no, right? I started this business, right? Yes, because my husband has a health condition that made me to start to work my head off, right? Now I finally started a business. Good. In the process of my running my business, everything, I too have a health challenge. I was having this problem, pain in my stomach every now and then. I've been having it for years, right? But I never understood what that was about, right? But COVID came, and I was thinking I was going down, I was slimming down, I was slimming down. I was thinking it was because of the stress of COVID, right? Because I work in the hospital. I was thinking it was the stress of COVID. So, and most times, and those periods, right? Most of my colleagues, we are all COVID positive, COVID positive, COVID positive everywhere. This, all the doctors, all the staff, everybody COVID positive. It was crazy. So, few of us, I never tested positive even up to today. I didn't even have the symptom at all, right? So it made us to, the few of us that are okay, that we are fine, then we have to cover the whole everything. We have to cover the clinic, cover you can imagine. So we are now doing triple. So when I was going down, I thought that it was the stress of COVID, right? So, but I didn't even understand it. It was at a point where my weight, I weigh 42.
Oh, wow.
You can imagine weighing 42. That was when I was like, no way. Even one of the my our registered nurse, she's a good woman. She said to me, Caroline, no way. You're not looking good. This is not Caroline that I know. I know you are slim, right? But not the Caroline, something is wrong. Go and look after yourself. I was thinking, okay, it could be COVID. It could be maybe because I started a business, because I'm trying to see to make sure that my business works. I come back from work around 10, 11. I will give myself 30 minutes or 1 hour to do my training. I was thinking, okay, maybe I am overstressing myself. She said, no, something is wrong. Something is not right. Go.
Yeah.
That was when I went to my GP and I weighed, my GP was 42. No way, no, something is wrong. She said, "You can't be 42. No way, Caroline, something is wrong. So that was when they started doing running tests, here how it can be. I went for tests, blah, blah, blah. I was at home one day and my GP, I got a call from the GP. They said, oh, Caroline, your result is out, but we don't want to believe what we saw, right? So we are confused. We want you back again to repeat the test again to be sure because we don't just want to conclude. I was like, is everything okay? They said it's not okay, but we want to be sure. Ha! I say, waiting. So I went back again and I repeated the same test again. Then they came back to say to me that I have colon cancer.
Wow.
I was like,
Okay.
hey, colon cancer, okay. My husband is still there. The man is not even, he's there. Now me that is the one taking care of everybody. How can I have colon cancer? I said, no. I said, doctor, before you know it, I was put on the cancer pathway. GP, you know how it can be now. When you guys put us on, and I work in the hospital, right? I know how cancer pathway could be. Your appointment will just be boom, 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 boom. I had to tell my manager at work. My manager was like, what? Caroline, what are you saying? I said, this is my result. This is what they said. Everybody was so sorry. Everybody was so everybody was pitying me. I was like, what? So, but in the midst of that, guys, I saw it as a challenge. I never took my eyes off my business. No way. And in fact, it was at that time that I was everywhere in my business. I was literally everywhere. I was still steady on my Facebook. I was posting about my business. I was talking about my business, right? The only thing I did not do was I didn't record any video for, about what I do, right? Because I wasn't looking good, because I was so down. I was like what you cannot imagine, right? But every other thing, none of my team members knew because I was there. All the new people that was coming in, I was still training them. So no excuse whatsoever in my diary. So I was battling with that for 1 good year. And while I was dealing with that too, my son had a surgery and his surgery had abscess. And just one of those days, it busted. Pus was flooding from my son's belly. We rushed back to the hospital. We were on admission for days. The hospital, they were battling to stop the pus from coming out. The pus was not coming, it was not stopping. They are putting antibiotics, plaster antibiotics every 2 hours. So you can imagine all those things. Did you know that one of the days in the hospital, I did coaching call? I could not tell the person that is coming into his business, oh, I am at the hospital. Oh, I cannot do your coaching call. As I speak to you, even days ago, I was at the hospital too. I did 2 coaching calls. So what I'm saying this is that, see, there is no excuse anywhere. People give excuse because I forget about my language. I feel that people are lazy. Yeah, for me, when you give excuse, I see you as being lazy. Because no matter how things are, you can find. God has given us that strength, that wisdom to still know what to do per time. Let's say if it will to be your job that you're doing, right? Are you going to tell them, oh, I have a lot going on in my family, I have a lot going on in my health, don't want to work again for now? Amada will sack you and replace you immediately. So why will you give excuses in your business? I had so many reasons to give excuse to why I will not run my business, but I never did. Why? Because my eyes is on the prize. If I had done it, I wouldn't have been where I am today. I am a five-figure earner in this business. My eyes is on the six figure. Do you know what is five figure? Over 10,000 and upwards. Between 10,000 to 99,000 a month. That is five figure. So I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, but I am in that range every single month in this business because I took that bold step. And from this business too, God has blessed me. Now I am blessing so many people. I am not, I am not bragging. I'm not, I, hey, let me not just go there. Let me not unbundle that area, right? But I am telling you that I am not there yet, right? But I have moved far away from where I was before. I'm no longer in that situation whereby when I want to pay bills, I'll be looking for who will borrow me 150 pounds. I'm no longer in that situation whereby I don't have anything or we don't have food or we have to like manage it. No way. I am at the point now where I can literally order anything I want. It got delivered. I am at that point now where my son can say, "Oh, mommy, oh no, I don't want to eat this one. Can you order this? That's what I want to eat." If I want to, if I feel like doing that, I will do it. I am at that point now where money comes into my account from my business without me knowing it. I am at that point now whereby I can, instead of you begging me, I give you already. You say, oh, thank you. Unlike before, where I dodge calls, where I don't call. I want to move to that level where I can carry everybody along and put
Yeah.
smiles in the faces of so many people. I have so many friends. I have so many family members. I have a goal. I have where I want to go to get to so that I can be able to do what? Pack everybody around and put smiles in people's faces and impact life positively so that people will remember me for good. And I wouldn't have done it if I had looked at my situation, my health challenge that time, and gave excuse to why I shouldn't be able to do this business. I get people say to me, "Oh, I'm just starting. Oh my God, I'm just swamped by work. Oh my God, this one just happened. I don't even have time." What the heck? You got to make the time, guys. Nothing will change. It is only you that need to change. You need to change your attitude. You need to change your perceptions to things. And you see things fall in places for you. Heaven help those that help themselves. Right? Yeah. So you need to
Absolutely.
believe that nothing can take you out. And also know that when you are starting something new, when you're starting a journey, right? And in the middle of that journey, things come up. It could be health condition, right? It could be your husband or your wife telling you, "Oh my God, don't do this. This is a scam," or bad advices or wrong. There are advices that are actually bad, but you think that they are doing you a favor. No, they're actually taking you away from your blessing. Have you ever heard of that prayer? God confused the counsel of Ahithophel. Yeah, God confused that person's counsel, and he gave this is someone that's been given a wise counsel, but because God has an agenda, God confused his advice and he advised wrongly. It can happen. Devil can use somebody that has been giving you a good advice to just give you one wrong advice. Say, "Oh, that business, don't do it." And this is your God has literally shown to you. You just finished praying. "Oh God, I need a new opportunity. God, please open a new opportunity for me." Boom, an ad come out about this business, or you see me, or you see Dr. Susie, or you're even seeing this chat now, and you were like, "Oh my God, this is answer to my prayer." That is God telling you this is it, right? And one person somewhere just say, I see this business, I'm just looking at doing it. Don't do it, it's scam. Devil has just used that person to do what? Push you away from your blessing. And you say, it's true. Hey, it's true. You are right. Oh, hey, this is true. No, I'm not doing it. God will not come down from heaven and say to you, "Oh, my son, oh, my daughter, in whom I am well pleased. This is the business. Do it." No way. Because he
He's
answered
given
your
us
prayer.
a brain. He's given
Yeah,
us a
he answered,
brain
he showed
to
it to you.
know
He
that.
gave you the brain to know. He gave you the discerning spirit to know. But why do you not know? Right.
And then you have to just do your due diligence. We're not just telling
Yeah.
you, come, find out for
Mm-hmm.
yourself, do your research, put your, and like what Caroline has said, eyes on the prize. So no matter what happens, and it is possible. And that's why I brought you today, Caroline. I've heard your story before and I was really inspired. I tell people about my story when they say, because a lot of doctors come in and say they don't have time. I was like, guys, you're telling me I didn't I didn't have time, and I made the time, and I'm
Of
reaping
course.
the rewards. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted your side of things because you went through a lot of health problems, your family, and it was one after the other. And what
Mm-hmm.
actually made you persevere is obviously your faith. You're a woman of God, you prayed, you had faith, you had your eyes on the prize, and you refused to listen to all the naysayers, and you just focused on actually learning and earning. And of
Yeah.
course, you beautifully said it. Why are you earning all this? Is to help others. And that's why God blesses you so that you can be a blessing to others and
Mm-hmm.
you can expand his kingdom.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is it.
And that's what you and
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're doing. And as long as you're doing those commandments, you are all good to go, sis. So it was
Of
lovely,
course.
lovely to have you today, Caroline. It's so inspiring, so energetic, in spite of all what you've gone through. God bless you immensely, and I pray for further blessings. 6 7 figures
Amen.
a month be your portion, my sister. And thank you very much for joining. So if
You're
anyone
welcome.
wants to actually know more about the business, get in touch with us wherever you're watching, whether it's Caroline's page or my page. Just pop in a message. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
watch the webinar, take the action, find out all the information, and then make an informed decision on whether this is for you or not. And that's all what we are
Of course.
asking.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much once again,
All right.
Caroline. God bless,
Yeah.
and
Thank you for having me.
have a good night
Thank you
then.
so
Take
much.
care.
My pleasure.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.